What's good, producers? It's Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com here with another Producer Motivation 911. Producers, today let's talk about pricing. Let's talk about where you're pricing your beats at when you're leasing, where you're pricing them at exclusively. Let's talk about what the pricing scale says to you. Let's talk about what the standard is. Let's talk about pricing. Now, pricing says a lot about you. Pricing is indicative of where you value your business. Pricing is indicative of where you are within your market. Pricing is also, in some people's minds, indicative of the type of quality that you provide. Now, if you're doing these beats for $5.99, $6.99 on booboothebeats.com, understand this is saying a lot more negative things than positive things about you. What it's saying is that these beats are indispensable. What it's saying is that I might as well just take it because I don't even download music that I like for $6.99. Why would I even purchase your beats? I don't know who you are. I mean, just think about it. Think about the places that you go where items are the least amount of money. 99-cent store, the liquor store. And think about the quality of items that they provide. Are you going to go to the 99-cent store and find you an Xbox controller? I highly doubt it. If you get an Xbox controller from the 99-cent store, throw it away because it's probably going to self-destruct and blow your house up. That's just personal knowledge. Now, standard pricing as of today in 2016, I see a lot of prices that are between 15 to 30 bucks. Now, that's pretty standard when it comes to MP3 on the low scale to the high scale. That's pretty standard. So when you're first getting started, I understand your problem is obscurity. Nobody knows you. And you feel that if you present too high of a price and nobody knows you, they're going to be like, oh, who the hell is this guy? Who does he think he is? And how can he scale it for so high? Well, two things I'll say about that. One, you won't know until you try. And two, you should always be playing around with your price to find a sweet spot. I always say that when you start to sell more beats on a consistent basis, you're getting closer and closer to that sweet spot, or you may be on that sweet spot. Also, you have to determine your goals. You have to figure out whether your goal is to build this business into other businesses or if it's just to max out on this business. Some people are okay with that. Now, I will say in your pursuit of wealth, Warren Buffett always says you shouldn't put all your eggs in one basket. You should let this opportunity that you have to sell beats open up other opportunities. Now, that being said, if you're from the mindset of opening up more opportunities, all you have to do is make sure that your price that you're getting on a regular, which is your desired price point, you want to make sure that that number is getting you towards your goal in a time that you see as appropriate. You don't want to be out here wasting your time. You have to understand that the quality of your pricing, though, the quality of your pricing attracts the quality of customers. Now, the lower you go on that price scale, you got to understand the bigger your problems go. In this situation is less money, more problems. The lower you go on that price scale, the more difficult your customers become. Why? Because they're used to negotiating. They're used to penny pinching. They're used to people giving them their way. Man, why I got to pay $6.99 when I could pay $5.99? They're going to give you headaches. So if you're going to price your beats low, understand that you're bringing in more headaches. Now, when you price your beats higher, what happens is you run into a different type of clientele, a different class of clientele. You run into people who are not going to give you issues with the pricing. They just want to make sure that the price that they pay is justifiable to the service. Understand that these things attract certain types of energy, certain type of people when you do price your things too low, or even when you overprice your stuff. Now, that's another problem. Some producers feel like, yo, I'm about to change the whole game. I understand that y'all doing these $30 leases, but I'm about to come in here and change the game and make my lowest one 50 or 60 bucks. And I gotta tell you, for somebody that's trying to establish themselves in a new market, that's the worst thing that you can do. Nobody knows who you are. You have no credits. But why would I pay your outlandish rate for a lease of an amazing beat? It could be a very amazing beat. Why would I pay that when I know that there are people who are the elites in the leasing business and I don't know who you are? Why would I pay your rate over this person right here who offers beats on a consistent basis that are of high quality, and I've already had a rapport with them. I've already done tracks to their beats, and their beats actually made me money on iTunes. Why would they pay that for you? So don't overprice it. Don't get too ahead of yourself. Now, you can gradually increase the price, of course. There's nothing wrong with gradually increasing the price as long as the service that you're offering justifies that increase. And just think about that. The example I gave of somebody overpricing their beats and wanting to change the game, A lot of that is driven by ego. A lot of that is not driven by actual business sense or business knowledge or even doing research. Now, if you've been within the game and you've been playing the game and you understand the rules of the game, go ahead and change them. But you got to play the rules of the game first. You got to understand what it is that you're changing. Or you're just going to be boo-boo the fool out there by yourself. Also, stop copying your peers' pricing if you don't understand why they did it. If you don't understand the why, you're going to end up chasing something that you have no idea what you're chasing. That person's price point is their price point. Their price is their price. If you're judging based upon the quality of your beats and thinking that's a good leverage, that's not a good leverage because you have no idea what their other businesses are. You have no idea of whether their beats leasing is actually the lowest on the totem pole of their income or their streams of income. You have no idea. So they may value it at a different place than you value your beats. So don't copy other people's pricing unless you understand the why. When you understand the why, go for it. Lastly, exclusive rights should be your highest price point. It boggles my mind that anybody that understands what exclusive rights is, that they would offer that for a leasing price for $20. I've seen exclusive rates for $20. No, unless you're making an amazing amount of beats a day or you got some kind of factory line of beats being made, maybe that works for you, but it's not sustainable. If it's not something that you can do for the next 10 years, it's not sustainable and it's going to end up hurting you. Now, exclusive rights means you're giving up your right to sell that beat again. Exclusive rights is saying, look, you're going to be the last person that owns this beat. And with exclusive rights, you're taking your beats off of your website. So that being said, if you're going to offer an exclusive option, why wouldn't you make that the highest price point? Why wouldn't you make it something that slows the process down a little bit so that you can sell more units? The way that I think of it is this. When I export a beat, I'm literally creating a new house. I'm creating new property, new real estate. When you start thinking of your beats as real estate, you'll start to look at all your catalog as all this property that you own. And anybody that knows anything about the most wealthiest people in this world, a lot of them have real estate. They have a lot of property. They don't just have cash on hand. They have property in which they can go cash in at any time. It's security for them. That being said, your beat is your real estate. When you're selling your beats for exclusive rights, you're selling your real estate. So that being said, you should have a higher price point for that. You should take more pride in giving away the exclusive rights. For example, I had a beat one time that got leased over 105 times, equaling about $4,500, let's say. On the 106th time that it got sold exclusively for $500. Now you're talking about a beat that's about $5,000 worth. Just one beat, one piece of property, one real estate. And when you sell it exclusively for $20, imagine all the money that you're missing out on in the long haul. Think about your business and think about the sustainability of your business. It's the most important thing you can invest in. Offer more than just beats for sale. Offer value. Look at your beats as real estate and value them accordingly. This has been another Producer Motivation 911, Curtis King of CurtisKingBeats.com.
It ain't a game. Let's go. Put 'em up. Put 'em up. Hey. Swat.
What's good, artists? It's Curtis King, and I basically wanted to take this end portion to bring to your attention a new service that I'm providing. I just launched this week one-on-one artist and producer marketing and consultation. So basically, I'll sit with you one-on-one and answer all of your questions. Any questions that you have for me as an artist or producer, I can basically sit with you and we can formulate a plan together. I want to see you reach all of your goals, and I want to make sure that I offer you as much of my 12-year plus experience as I can to help you down your road. If you have any questions, visit CurtisKing.com, not Curtis King Beats. Visit CurtisKing.com and book a session now. Nobody understands an artist like an artist, and nobody understands a producer like a producer.